Hey everyone, it is Jim from Radio Wasteland Records. It's time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store. Could be near you or it could be ours. So let's take a look though at just the highlights, as the list is always way too big to get into. If you'd like to see that full list though, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. Look for the link to upcoming releases and you can click through that PDF to your heart's desire and see what you can see in there. But for the highlights though, let's take a look at what we've got coming up for Friday, the 31st of May, 2024. Brand new stuff from the elder himself, Willie Nelson. This is called The Border. And our description says that The Border is the legendary country artist's 75th solo studio album of new material. Produced by Willie's longtime collaborator, Buddy Cannon, The Border features 4 newly penned tracks by the pair, combined with a half dozen other tunes from some other favorite songwriters, including 2 co-written by Rodney Crowell, plus Sean Camp and Mike Reed, among many others. The description goes on to say that backed by some of Nashville's finest musicians, this album is another instant classic and a great follow-up to his last album, A Beautiful Time, which won Best Country Album at the 2023 Grammys. So brand new stuff from Willie Nelson, The Border, coming in at a suggested list price of $29. Not a new release, but we'll include it here because it's Willie Nelson, but we have a music on vinyl reissue of Words Don't Fit the Picture. This is a limited edition on 180-gram blue-colored vinyl, and when I say limited, it means it's a limited of 1,500 individually numbered copies on that translucent blue. Words Don't Fit the Picture was Willie's 14th studio album and one of his last for RCA Records, originally released in 1972. So the MOV reissue of Words Don't Fit the Picture from Willie Nelson, translucent blue and super limited, this one coming in at a suggested list price of $39. Some other new releases for the 31st of May include this one from Big Head Todd and the Monsters. Haven't heard that name in a while. It's called Her Way Out. Now, this version is coming on orange cream vinyl. So this is Big Head Todd and the Monsters' 12th full-length offering. This one listing for around $30. Speaking of folks we haven't heard from in a while, here's something also brand new from Crowded House. It's called Gravity Stairs. The description says that this was produced by the band along with Stephen Schramm, and it is the second album with their current lineup of Neil Finn, Nick Seymour, Mitchell Froome, and Neil's sons, Elroy and Liam Finn. So new stuff from Crowded House, this one coming on some cloudy blue colored vinyl. It's called Gravity Stairs, and it will list for about $30. A couple of new compilations to tell you about as well, first being Cyndi Lauper, and Let the Canary Sing is the title of this one. Single LP, Let the Canary Sing is a career-spanning collection following Lauper's career starting from her early days in Blue Angel, so we get some band stuff in there, all the way through her breakout single, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, to the iconic pop stardom that followed with the hits True Colors, I Drove All Night, and many, many more. So this collection would be a staple for any Cyndi Lauper fan. Black vinyl, single LP, Let the Canary Sing, new compilation from Cyndi Lauper, this one coming in at a suggested list of $29. A greatest hits compilation also from Joan Jett, speaking of great women of song. The Joan Jett and the Blackhearts Greatest Hits, single LP on black vinyl. The description says, unleash the rebel within with this electrifying Joan Jett and the Blackhearts Greatest Hits album. The compilation that brings together the fiercest and most beloved tracks from rock and roll's eternal queen, Joan Jett. Lots of great stuff on this, a single LP as I mentioned, coming in at a suggested list price of $24. From Waxwork Records and Light in the Attic, we've got a soundtrack to tell you about. This is Godzilla -1, the original soundtrack, coming in on some colored vinyl. Doesn't quite say exactly what color that is, though. Wish they would get a little more descriptive in the descriptions. But that description does say Waxwork Records, in association with Sony Music and Toho, are thrilled to announce the release of the complete vinyl score to Godzilla -1. The Ultimate Kaiju is back and badder than ever in the latest installment in this classic Godzilla franchise. So again, coming on colored vinyl, Godzilla -1, but they don't tell us what color it is, so it may be cool. Price a little hefty on this one, though, coming in at a suggested list price of $70, but that is a double LP set, and it is coming from Waxwork and Light in the Attic, so those are some very, very high-quality pressings. So let's head over to the reissues for the 31st of May, but let's stick with some soundtracks. Here is an interesting trilogy of soundtracks coming also from Light in the Attic Records, but with a little help from Walt Disney Japan. And this is the Star Wars, the original trilogy, a reissue of the Japanese version of those soundtracks. We have, of course, Star Wars A New Hope. The description is a little bit sparse on this, but it is John Williams, so it is that original music, but it's being released as the Japanese jacket version. So A New Hope is double LP. These things are coming at a price, though, by the way. That one listing for about $57. Then, of course, we've got The Empire Strikes Back. This one also a double LP, and coming from Walt Disney Japan and Light in the Attic Records. Same thing with this one. It's got that original Japanese jacket, but that new repressing. So this one also pretty pricey, coming in at that $57 mark. And then Star Wars Return of the Jedi, same treatment from Light in the Attic and Disney Japan, that Japanese cover. But this one is a single LP, a little more palatable, I guess, but still up there a little bit. That suggested list price of about $44. So a great trilogy, of course, and a great chance to land the Japanese cover versions, the album cover versions of all three of these soundtracks from John Williams. It is Light in the Attic, as we mentioned, so they may not arrive, at least at our store, in time, but if you're interested, please let us know. This is something, obviously, with the bigger price tag we need to put in for as a pre-order. One more movie soundtrack-ish to tell you about. This one came out a couple of years ago. Looks like we're getting another colored vinyl repressing. Coming from Music on Vinyl, this is 80s Movie Hits Collected. It's a various artists, double LP unlimited 180-gram vinyl coming on translucent blue and gold colored vinyl. Limited edition, when I say this, means 1,500 individually numbered copies on that colored vinyl. The 80s, by the way, according to the description, I don't remember much of it, but this description says it spawned many iconic films such as Footloose, Dirty Dancing, Ghostbusters, Rocky, and The Breakfast Club. And despite all the different genres, they all had something in common: great film music. So 80s Movie Hits Collected is a collection of music that really does link to the 80s movies classics. So we've got stuff on here from the likes of Queen, Billy Ocean, Lionel Richie, The Bangles, Duran Duran, Pat Benatar, Tina Turner, and of course, Survivor. Don't mean to chuckle on there. Double LP, lots of great stuff on here. Any 80s movie you can think of that had that almost anthem rock or pop hit is probably included on here. Music on Vinyl, 80s Movie Hits Collected on that double LP colored vinyl, coming in at a suggested list price of $48. How about another big box set up next? This is Anno Domini from Black Sabbath, 1989 through 1995. This is a 4 LP set, and the description says that Rhino explores this prolific period from the godfathers of heavy metal in a new collection that brings 4 albums back into print after an extended absence. Anno Domini, 1989 through 1995, is coming in that 4 LP configuration, as we mentioned, and the set contains newly remastered versions of Headless Cross from 1989, Tyre from 1990, Cross Purposes from 1994, plus a new version of Forbidden from 1995. This one, by the way, guitarist Tony Iommi remixed specifically for this collection. So a big box set of, later Black Sabbath stuff. Anno Domini, 1989 through 1995. 4 LPs on black vinyl. This box set will come in at a suggested list price of $100. If you're interested in that, please let us know. I'm not sure what the availability is going to be, but that would be one that we would want to get a pre-order in on. Also coming on the 31st, we've got a reissue of British Disaster, The Battle of '89, a live album from Exodus. Fabulous Disaster was the 3rd studio album by the American thrash metal band Exodus, released in 1989. They toured for 5 months to promote the release of Fabulous Disaster, and then embarked on a months-long European tour with Nuclear Assault and Acid Rain. That band wrapped up that album tour performing at the Fillmore in San Francisco in July of 1989. This show was recorded for the band's first live album. And that is what we have here. British Disaster, The Battle of '89, live at the Astoria. This one coming on gold-colored vinyl from the band Exodus, listing for about $36. From Friday Music, we've got a pair of variants, a reissue of the Damn Yankees self-titled album, originally released in 1990, the debut album from that hard rock supergroup, of course, Tommy Shaw and Mr. Ted Nugent himself. The 2 variants of the colored vinyl reissue we're getting of this is one on gold-colored vinyl and then another on silver-colored vinyl. Each of them, by the way, coming in at a suggested list price of $38. Damn Yankees, self-titled, coming from Friday Music. Let us know if you're interested. We'll try to get either or of those color variants. We're also getting a reissue of Fables of the Reconstruction, or is it Reconstruction of the Fables? I've always been a little confused on that one, from REM. Great stuff from them. This was their third studio album, released in 1985 originally, and features the classics Driver 8, Can't Get There From Here. That is, by the way, the Michigan construction season theme song, and Life and How We Live It, plus lots of other great stuff. Faithfully restored on vinyl, this gold certified record from REM, Fables of the Reconstruction, again, or Reconstruction of the Fables, either way you want to call it, coming in at a suggested list price of $28. Great stuff from REM. And finally, we're getting something from Culture Factory USA. This is a reissue of The Cream from John Lee Hooker, coming on double LP, cream colored and red colored vinyl. This double LP set is a live album recorded and released in 1977, and according to the description, has been out of print and completely unavailable until now with this reissue from Culture Factory. So John Lee Hooker, The Cream double LP on colored vinyl, this one coming in at a suggested list price of about $40. And that is a quick check of some of the releases headed our way for Friday, the 31st of May, 2024. As always, if you're local, please contact us here at the store if you have anything you'd like us to put down on a pre-order. Now, just a quick note, because this is the Memorial Holiday week, well, afterwards, but the shipping kind of interferes with Memorial Day itself. Some of these may not show up until the week after. We'll just kind of have to play that by ear, but contact us here at the store if you have any questions. And as always, if you'd like to see the full list of everything that we didn't get a chance to talk about, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just search for the upcoming vinyl releases, click that link, and you'll be taken to a wonderful looking PDF that runs down that full list for you. And again, if you see something on that list, again, just contact us and we will put in that order for you. So until next week, please make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, do all the stuff that YouTube likes you to do. But we will talk to you next time from Radio Wasteland Records. Thanks again for being here.